Hi guys, I'm Ipsita. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you may have guessed from the title of the video, today we're going to talk about how to achieve the perfect base. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. I hate to break it to you, but one of the most important parts of having a perfect base is skincare. So, you have to take care of your skin constantly to, have a good skin that, your makeup can sit on or your makeup can blend in with, which makes it look good. If you want some tips on skincare and some, face masks and everything that you can use during this period of the lockdown, the quarantine, when we can't go out and buy new makeup, you should check an IGTV on my Instagram. I'll link my Instagram down below, and the username will also be up here on the screen somewhere. You can watch that IGTV for some amazing face masks, which also I did not invent, so whatever. But okay, so first thing that is very important is okay, moisturizing. I don't have my moisturizer here right now, but I use the Neutrogena Hydro Boost because I have a combination leaning oily skin. So it's a water-based moisturizer, so that works great for me because it moisturizes my skin, but it does not leave, it does not have any oil content. Usually, if something has oil, it just stays on my face all day and does not blend in. So, for the first step, we're going to go in with the primer, and I'm going to use the same one as before, which is the L'Oreal Base Magique. Like I said in my last video, that usually moisturizer works for the rest of my face. The middle of my face is very, oily, so I like to use a pore filling mattifying primer over there, and this one is my favorite from the drugstore. So I just like to put a lot of it on and around my nose because that is where my foundation, my pores like to peek through a lot, and some a little bit on my forehead and a little bit on my chin, and like all of this I don't know what it's called, with this part of my face, my cheeks and my nose and the side of my nose and everything. That's why I like to put this primer on. Now, next, moving on to correctors. So I like to use a orange corrector. That's the only one I use. Orange corrector is usually used to hide any dark spots or any darkness on the face. And I think I use a little bit under my eyes because I tend to get a little dark there. Obviously, I don't sleep, but I also get a little dark around my mouth. But I don't know. I think it's very common, so I don't think much of it. I just put on some corrector. This is the LA Girl Pro Concealer Orange Corrector, and I like this one. It's liquid and it's very easy to apply, and yeah, it does hide what I wanted to hide. So just gonna put it a little bit here and then a little bit under my eyes. Don't get like too hard with it or it'll still peek through after you're done with your foundation. I usually like to blend my corrector with my hands, with my fingers, because yeah, I don't know why, I just like to do that. And so I'm just gonna do that. I'm not gonna bore you. We're gonna cut to the clip where I'm done with my corrector. Okay, so now that I'm done with my corrector, the next thing I do is foundation. And I sometimes do the Scott Barnes method of contouring and concealing first, but that's not what I usually do. So I'm just gonna talk about some foundations that I use that I really love. So one foundation that I found for my skin, it's the absolute best. I cannot stop talking about it. It's the Makeup Revolution Fast Base Foundation Stick. This is, I think, anyway, stick foundations are recommended if you have combination skin, but this one in particular I really like because it is long wearing and it is really easy to blend. It's like my go-to thing forever, and I'm almost out of it, and I cannot buy it until this whole thing is over, and I hate that. The other two foundations that I've tried and I really liked is, one is L'Oreal Infallible. However, this is oil free, so it tends to get, it's although it's demi matte, but it's also like oil free. So I don't know what's wrong, but it kind of gets, a little sort of patchy by the end of the day on my skin, if that makes sense. The other one is Wet n Wild Photo Focus, and I've heard many beauty vloggers, makeup artists rave about this one, and it actually works really great. It's pretty great, and it's long wearing, and it's amazing. But the sad part is I have a lighter shade. I ordered it online, and anyway, it's a disaster. So today I am just going to go in with my Fast Base Stick Foundation, and actually no, I'm not going to. I'm gonna go in with L'Oreal Infallible. So yeah, in the shade Natural Beige 105. Also, I just want to point out that if you have dry skin, you might want to go for liquid foundations which are not matte, which are not absolutely matte. Demi matte might work if you moisturize your skin well before putting on your foundation. But yeah, and if you have really oily skin, go for matte foundation. Powder foundation, I think, is a very great option for people with the really oily skin. But you can go for a liquid matte foundation and set it with powder and everything. That will work out. And so yeah, I'm just gonna put it like dot the foundation all over my face. So since this video is all about like base makeup, I don't really have much to talk about. But I think the most important part of having a nice base makeup is skincare. So make sure you hydrate your skin, you moisturize your skin, you stay hydrated yourself, because drinking water does help your skin a lot. And wash your face. That's pretty much it. So mostly I just like to use a beauty blender or a makeup sponge to blend my foundation in. However, sometimes I like to go in with like this sort of a brush. It's a fluffy brush. I think it's meant for powdering, but I like buffing foundation in with this. Or the other side is a foundation brush. This is the Maybelline Fit Me, is what it says. There's no number, so this is the Maybelline Fit Me brush. And yes, sometimes I like to just spread it out with this and then blend it with this. But today I feel like using a sponge, which is most of the days. So we're just gonna go in and blend the foundation. I think blending with a beauty blender or a makeup sponge, the good thing is that it does not leave streaks or patches that brushes might do sometimes if you're not that skilled. I think a beauty blender fixes anything and I really do think so. Beauty blenders fix all your problems, all your issues, and yeah, they help you achieve your flawless base. So that's what we're doing right now. I think I am going to fast forward this clip a little bit. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I am aware that this foundation is a little light for me. Again, I ordered online, it's the wrong shade. But yes, please make sure I it's a very big deal in India that you have to look fair. You don't. You have beautiful skin, whatever color you have. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And use a foundation which is your skin color. Please use the foundation. I will fix it. I'm not trying to look lighter than my skin or whatever. I love my skin color. It's just that I ordered the wrong shade, but I can make it work with contour and bronzing. But yes, please use a foundation that's your shade. You don't have to look lighter to look pretty. You look your best when you look like yourself, and you should be comfortable in your skin. That's what is very important. So yup, I think I'm done with my foundation, and yeah, let's move on now. Now, moving on to concealer, one concealer that I really love is the Makeup Revolution Concealer and Define, but unfortunately I'm out of it. The only concealer that I have, which also is about to end, is the Maybelline Age Rewind. I love this concealer. It's very full coverage and it's really under your budget. I think it's one of the best concealers you can buy, in a more reasonable range. And the Maybelline Fit Me concealer also works great for me, but it irritated my cousin's skin, so I'm not really sure if it's good for everybody. I'm just gonna say that you should, you know, try and try the concealer before you buy it, and don't try it on your face though. Just watch it on your hand, because a lot of people do a lot of things with a lot of, you know, you don't know what a person might be having, a skin infection or, you know, dirty hands, and they use the same concealer and then you use it, then you can get an infection. Just don't try it. Now for your concealer, you should get your concealer to be 1 or 2 shades lighter than your foundation. That way, sorry, that way it highlights a face, highlights whatever parts you want to highlight of your face. But however, if you want to have, you know, a foundation, a concealer to hide your blemishes, because you do not use a full coverage foundation, you might want to get the concealer similar to your shade. But always, like for the under eyes, I always, and for like the nose, the forehead, the chin, everything, because these are the parts on your face that you want to reflect light on. So I like to use lighter shade, 1 or 2 shades lighter than my foundation. This one is the Maybelline Age Rewind in the shade Honey, which is honestly literally the shade that all of my family uses. But it goes great with my skin, and it's, you know, 1 shade lighter than my foundation. It highlights my eyes. It's also a very very full coverage concealer, so it's pretty amazing. It covers everything, and as you can see now, I don't have dark circles anymore. I don't have any darkness anywhere on my face. It's lightened, it's highlighted. Now, the next order of business is getting some color into the skin, because obviously I look very, very pale right now. And to get some color into the skin, we're gonna use contour. So, usually, however, I switch between cream and powder contour, but these days I've been loving cream contour. And two things that I use for my contour, cream contour, is one is the Elegant Pro Conceal in the shade Chestnut, and the other one is the Hoola Quickie Contour Stick from Benefit. I don't have the Benefit one right now, but it's a little cool tone, so it won't go with like a lot of Indian skin tones, I think. So I like to use this one. And also I think the for like powders, the Hoola bronzing powder is pretty great. And I think that, you know, the Wet n Wild Mega Glow contouring palette, I think that's my holy grail, man. I mean, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, and especially like I use the caramel toffee shade in it, and I absolutely love the, you know, highlighting shade in it. That powder's a little yellow toned. It's perfect for my skin. It's perfect for a lot of Indian skins. Everybody who has skin tones similar to me, a little, you know, wheatish, a little towards the dusky side. It's amazing. And okay, so to blend my contour, I can use a brush or I can use a blender based on how I feel. I feel like using a blender today. I think a blender is like the perfect thing. It fixes any mistakes that you make, and it blends everything together seamlessly. So, okay, one thing that you want to do is suck in your cheeks if you don't know where to place your, you know, contour. So, this this sort of a bump in your face is where your cheekbone ends, and you want to put your contour a little higher than that, because that is normally what you have, right? And you want to elevate it, so a little bit higher, and that's what works. And when you're blending your contour, make sure you bring it over to the temples and also down to towards your chin and towards like the end of your face. You don't want it to be like a harsh line over here, and that looks disgusting, honestly. And yes, I am aware that in the last video I had unblended contour, which I did not see all the time filming the video, and after I filmed the video I noticed it, and it's been bugging me ever since, but I can't really do anything about it now. But yes, I am aware. That's not what I do for contour usually. I just like to, you know, pinch my blender a little bit and go to the sides of my nose and blend it. I push it upwards towards the center of my nose, because that's how you're gonna, you know, blend out that harsh line and have a thinner illusion to your nose. Now for this part, I just randomly just blend all the time. However, I like kind of using a powder a little bit more for this part. It is, I mean, after I do this, I make sure I go in with the powder here, if not anywhere else, because it sets it. And powder contour is honestly easier if you're starting out, I think, but cream contour is easier if you put it before your, your foundation and everything. Then you can hide it if something's wrong. And yeah, so let's now move on to powder, and I'll show you how to powder contour and how to set your face. So now for setting my face, today I'm going to use this Artistry setting powder, loose setting powder from Amway. And I like to take out some of it outside here, and dip my brush in it. I use this brush which is not like your typical powder brush. It's a little bit thinner, but it gives me precision and I like that. So I'm just gonna take the powder, put it on my under eye. Sometimes I like to bake my under eyes when I know that I'm going to be out, in the sun, and I'm going to sweat, and I don't want my concealer to just bleed down my face. But yeah, so I do that. Today I'm not baking because I'm just at home and don't really have to do anything much. And so I just take the powder, put it everywhere, set everything with it, and move on. So I'm gonna complete doing this, putting all of the powder, and then we're gonna do some contour. Okay, so moving on to powder contour now. I use, like I talked about before, Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contour Palette in Caramel Toffee. I lost this part of it, but I still have this. And so one thing is, you want to set your cream contour like you set the rest of your face. You can set your cream contour with your normal setting powder, but I think it takes away the intensity. So I set it usually with a powder contour. This is not a necessary step, but since we're talking about achieving a perfect base, I thought I might as well talk about it. So I do that, and I blend it out basically on the lines of where I put my cream contour, so that it intensifies it a little bit and sets it in place. So I have a more sculpted face all through the day, and that's what I'm doing right now. We can fast forward the clip. You don't want to watch it. You watch me do the cream contour. It's boring. So now that I'm done with all of the steps that I do for my base, what I like to do is I like to take a clean, very fluffy brush, which is this one in today's case, and I just like to blend it, all over my face. It's a clean brush, it has nothing on it. I just like to do this, round circular motions all over my face, so everything blends together and we don't have any harsh lines, and everything, on my face looks flawless. And that's what I do for the base. The next thing that I like to do is spray some setting powder before I move on to eyes and everything, so that this is set in place, and then I use setting powder again after I do like the whole makeup. So I'm just gonna spray my face with a little bit of Infallible makeup extender setting spray. You want to shake it and do that. It's not a necessary step, it's just that after you've done all of that powdering, it kind of makes your skin look like skin again and not, very powdery. Now I'm just gonna put on rest of my makeup, which is not the topic of this video, and I'm gonna meet you for the outro, and we'll talk about what I used for the rest of my face. So this is the finished look, guys. This is what I came up with. It's nothing special, just my normal usual smoky eye that I go for. And I put on a maroon lipstick because this does to me what red lipstick does to people. It makes me feel amazing about myself instantly. And I've used this Sephora lipstick. This does not, unfortunately, have anything written in it except for shade number 27. So yeah, the Sephora lipstick. And I just quickly want to throw in one thing here, that if you have a very dry skin and you don't want to put on as much powder on your face with, highlight and blush, you can go for a cream blush stick. This one is my favorite cream blush here, found in India. This is the Chambord Orosa matte blush stick in plum. And the other thing that you can do is either go for a liquid highlight or a cream highlight, but I think powder highlight would just be fine. So the last thing that I do after I'm done with all of my makeup, I again spray some setting spray, just make my skin look better, highlights my highlighter but intensifies my highlighter. And I just love setting spray, it makes it feel amazing, so I do that. And so we'll let it dry now. And that's the end of this video. Let me know what else you want to watch on my channel. I am coming up with like really creative ideas. Also, I have this look film for a competition. It was a theme-based competition, and I have like all of the clips of me trying to come up with it and finally do it. I think I'm going to post it over here, but in case there's anything specific you want me to do, drop it down in the comments below and I will make sure to do it. Thank you for watching my video. If you like this video, like the video and subscribe to my channel. Also, I love you if you made it till the end, and thank you so much. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.